Hello! So, if you have worked on a performance with young people before, you will know that the 15 minutes, half an hour before the performance starts can be quite a challenging time for them and for you as well. Everyone is fizzing with nerves and excitement and energy. And while that's a good thing, it's great for them to have all that energy and excitement. It can be quite challenging to get everyone to just calm down and stay nice and quiet and chilled out before they go on stage. So in this video, I'm going to show you a few games and exercises that are good for getting young people to focus and concentrate and get into a place of calmness and stillness before they perform. These exercises are also really good just in workshop settings as well. So maybe if you've just done a really high energy activity and you need everyone to just kind of come down a little bit, or if you have a class coming in after lunchtime or break time and they're chatting and really excited, these can be used then as well. So go for it either before shows or whenever you want, really, whenever you need to use them. So the first activity that I'm going to talk you through has a little bit of moving in it, but it's mostly about concentration. So in this game, you're going to ask everybody in the class to choose two people. So spread them out, ask everyone to spread out across the room, the floor, wherever you are, and pick two people. Now, the two people that they choose, doesn't matter who they pick, they don't have to work with these people closely, they don't need to tell them that they've picked them, so they can choose anybody. Let them know if you're playing, because if you're not, then you need to let them know not to pick you. So, let's imagine that this person has chosen this person and this person. So, what you're going to ask everyone to do is basically make and try to stay in a triangle shape with the people that they've picked. So when everybody's standing still, that's quite easy, but obviously for our person who's chosen these two, if these two start to move, then they need to move as well, so that they always stay in that triangle shape. But of course, these two, the people that this one's picked, have also chosen their own two people to try and make a triangle with. So it can get quite frantic and quite challenging because everybody is moving around, looking at different people and not always knowing that they're needed to be part of someone else's triangle. So encourage the class to do this in silence. It is hard, but if they can do it without talking, they can get into a really good place of concentration, and just let them know that when they think they've done it, when they think they've managed to make triangles with their two people, just to come to a stop. And what happens sometimes is eventually it comes to a place of stillness and everyone's managed to do it. If you've been playing it for a few minutes and doesn't feel like it's ever going to come to an end, you can actually stop it, obviously, yourself, and just ask people to pop their hands up if they think they've managed to do it. But it's something that they can work on and something that they can build towards if they don't manage to do it straight away. So that's a good moving game. Now sometimes, obviously, before you go on stage, you maybe don't have loads of space, you don't want to play a moving around game. So the next few games I'm going to show you are ones that can be done in a circle. So ask your group to come and stand in a circle. Cool. So there's a few different things you can do. If you want a game that is completely silent, then you can ask the group to take hands and really simply pass a squeeze around the circle. So this person would squeeze this hand, they would squeeze this hand, and so on until the squeeze has been passed all the way around. You could then reverse it and send it in the opposite direction, or you could make it a rule that people can change direction during the game so they can squeeze one way or squeeze the other way. The main thing though is that they stay really focused and quiet. So you shouldn't ever really know where the squeeze is because it should all be happening really subtly. So you can do that. If you're able to make a bit more noise, you can do a similar game where you pass a clap around the circle, so everyone claps to the person next to them. And, you know, if they like this game and if they get quite good at it, then you can time them. You can see how fast they can get the squeeze around the circle or how fast they can get the clap. around the circle, and that brings that focus in a little bit more because they've actually got a target, they've got something to work towards. Another good focus game, again in a circle, is a game where you want everyone to get from standing up to sitting down. So the way that they get to sit down, all they have to do is say their name and then sit down. Nice and simple, but obviously there has to be some rules. So you can say your name and sit down, but only one person can go at a time. You can't just go around the circle, because that's not really a game. You have to wait, and when you think no one else is going to go, then you can go. So this person might say their name and sit down, and then this person might say their name and sit down. But if these two people go at the same time, then the whole game has to go back to the start. It has to reset. So make it clear to the group that the point of it is that they're tuning into each other. They shouldn't be making eye contact across the circle and telling people to go. They really want to just be tuning in and just going for it and just seeing if they can actually do it. Some groups get this straight away. They can just do it. If that happens, then you can start to add in different levels. So maybe they have to say their name twice before they can sit down. Obviously not in order. They can say their name and then they maybe have to wait for a couple of people to go before they can go again. Or you can get them from sitting down, try and get them to stand back up again. You can work it out with your group. I mean, this is a good thing about these games. All of these games are really adaptable. So if there's rules or ideas that your class have of ways that they want to change it or make it harder, go for it. The rules are not set in stone. Another thing you can do similar to that, this is not in a circle, but it's similar. So if you've got space, you can try this where ask the group to line up, set an end point, so say here, and they have to try and cross from this side of the room to the other, but with only one person moving at a time. So it's exactly the same as in the sitting down game. One person can take a step, someone else can take a step. There can't be any communication up the line, they just have to wait. Someone else can take a step, but if two people step at the same time, then we reset, we go back to the start. So again, it's just another variation on that game. Another variation that you might already know is to ask the group to count to 20, to try and count from 1 to 20 with one person speaking at a time. So there's loads of different variations, and be creative, find your own version, find a version that your group like and that they find challenging and gets them nice and focused. So another good focusing game is to ask them to get back into a circle, and then you're going to ask them to shut their eyes, and then you're going to walk around the outside of the circle and then choose someone. So just tap them on the shoulder to let them know that they've been picked. If they've been picked, then they are the leader, and what they'll do when everybody opens their eyes, they're going to wait, they're going to get really focused, and then any time when they want, the leader is going to go ha and make a chopping action and shout ha, like that. Okay, what's going to happen is the whole group are going to try and ha at exactly the same time as the leader. Now they don't know who the leader is, so they need to really concentrate and focus and tune into each other. Again, some groups find this really challenging, and if that's your group, then just keep trying it. Some groups find it really easy. If your group find it really easy, then you can make it more difficult. You can ask them to spread out in the room, maybe don't stand in a circle so that they can't all see each other. You can ask them to try and do it with their eyes closed. Again, be creative with the rules, it's up to you. One final game that you can try, really quick and simple, is to have everyone in a circle and put your hands like this. So everyone stands with their hands like this, and then they're just going to watch you, and whenever you think everyone's focused, you're going to clap your hands, okay? And similar to the ha game, all we want is for everyone in the circle to clap their hands at the same time. So they need to watch really carefully, tune into each other, and when you feel that the focus is there, when you feel that everyone's focusing, nobody's shuffling around or talking, then you can clap. And hopefully everyone goes at the same time. So all of these games are really good for getting groups to focus, to concentrate, to calm down, and to get into a place where they're really ready to work or really ready to perform. So enjoy, good luck, and I hope that that was helpful for you and for your class.